This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath on the map. Tournament LA. We're back in Los Angeles for another 1v1. Seems like every time we see this map, it's another cool game, but we'll see what exactly is in store for us today. Someone will be victorious. In the north, spawning as the yellow GDI, this is Senna. And in the south, playing purple, also playing GDI, this is Masterleaf. Masterleaf and Senna feels a little bit like a familiar matchup, but also the GDI portion of it, it feels like these guys are always playing GDI, Zocom, or Steel Talons against each other, sometimes even in a mirror. I think maybe even it was a Zocom mirror on Tournament Crater the last time that we saw them face off. But GDI mirrors, you know, maybe they just go the normal old way, tons of pit bulls into some late game stuff, but Masterleaf, you know, he sometimes tries some weirdness as well, and, well, I think this is gonna be one of those games that has some weirdness in it, because there is indeed a mutant hovel captured. That's why his tip spike was later. I thought maybe he was just a little bit slow, but no, he went actually mutant hovel before tip spike. This does get spotted pretty much right out of the gate by Senna. Perfect scout by Senna, gets all of the info that he needs, and this does mean he produced an extra engineer, and it does mean that his tip spike was a little bit later, but we expect to see some classic Masterleaf shenanigans happening with this mutant hovel. And if you like classic shenanigans, maybe you should check out the upcoming 1.02 Plus tournament that I am hosting on January 29th of 2022. Do gotta say big thanks to Roland and Alex for donating to the prize pool. And if you would like to donate to the prize pool, you can hit up my email. I know in the last year there have been a number of people who have said, hey, I want to support some tournaments, I want to donate to the prize pool, how can I do that? And for those of you who have said that, this is your chance to do that. Well, maybe not all of you. This is not like some big crowdfunding tournament or something, but if you want to help up the ante from $350, you can email me. But if you just want to play and maybe win one of the two random $20 prizes, you don't even have to make the top 4 to get a payout. So you can hit up the link in the description, join the tournament. It will be happening sort of via command post. You have to sign up via command post, and the brackets happen via command post. So you do need the app installed, and of course you will need 1.02 Plus as well. But check it out if that is your jam. Otherwise, we're going to be checking out the replays from that event and covering much of the action, at least the quarterfinals, the semis, and the finals, to see how it all went down. Harvester returns with a fresh load of blue Tiberium for Masterleaf, so he's already got that going on, and this looks like 2 APCs full of mutants. Now, these are not Steel Talons repairing MRTs. That means that they do have a little bit less life, and they are going to do a little bit worse versus those Predator tanks. But we'll see how Masterleaf manages to fare with these mutants inside of them. Interestingly enough, the mutants outrange Predator tanks. So if you were really, really careful, it looks like you could perfectly juke Predator tanks and just kill them off. But it would take literally perfect control. More perfect than perhaps any control we've seen up to this point in Kane's Wrath, to do that effectively against large numbers of Predator tanks. The other thing that, of course, you can do with mutants is stick them inside of hammerheads, and we'll see if we get some mutant hammerheads on the field. Senna secures the blue Tiberium in the middle. For as weird as this game seemed like it was going to be right at the beginning, it's actually progressed very normally from this point forward. Senna has refused to go for his own mutant hovel, despite the fact that he did scout that of Masterleaf. He instead is going to go for normal rockets inside of hammerheads, which, for those of you who don't know, someone did legitimately ask this in the comments. They were like, why does he keep calling them zone heads? And it's like, well, when you garrison infantry inside of them, sometimes we shorten that to say rock heads instead of rocket hammerheads. Anyways, It's going to be mutants, and a lot of them. Masterleaf is still producing mutants. He may literally produce mutants until he dies in this game, because the last time he tried mutant shenanigans against Senna, it did not work out super well for him. Power Plant takes a big chunk from the Orca Strike, and these two guys continue just posturing. What? Where is this? Where are you going? No! This is not... This is like that engineer's brother. I actually thought that was Masterleaf's harvester. Oh, and right out of the gate, we get Ox Transports versus Hammerheads. And it looks like the APCs are going to win this first tango, as Masterleaf kills every single Hammerhead of Senna. That was unbelievably effective, as the most damaged Ox Transport gets split off to go get some repairs. And it looks like it's going to be Mammoth Tanks and a Marv on the way for Senna. And surely that will defeat APCs. But of course, they can be unloaded, so these AA guns will not necessarily get free damage against them. We'll see how these APCs fare in the next couple of minutes. Masterleaf has focused so much on getting his weirdo game plan up and running for the first part of this match that I don't know he's going to have anything to really go into the late game with, but we shall see. Railguns finishes up on the tech center, and the MCV moves over to the left side of the map for both players. APCs cycle back around. I think it's a game of hit and run for Masterleaf. I think that was his idea. I'm going to poke and prod. I'm going to find the weak areas and exploit them. But Senna has just been playing careful. He's been playing cautious, and the result is Masterleaf has this master plan that has gone nowhere. He thinks himself clever. He thinks himself funny, but Senna's just going to take a third base. He's going to Marvist it if he wants. And he's going to have himself a Marv with, it looks like, 2 engineers, 2 zone troopers, and a good life. That is going to be Senna's game plan. Take a third base, basically uncontested, and just macro into the late game. And I don't even know what Masterleaf's plan is, other than get a Marv, get railguns, get all of the things that Senna has, and just try and do it better. I'm not sure what Masterleaf's actual game plan is. Senna, unfortunately, not rallying the Harvester all the way back. Does lose it there next to the Tib Spikes. Masterleaf does not stick around to kill the Tib Spike. And for now, the Mammoth Tanks and the Marv hanging out together on the left side of the map. Not going to be going and accidentally walking into this gigantic minefield, which Masterleaf has deposited for Senna. It's going to be Juggernauts as the follow-up. I guess this makes sense, but no third is going to make this a difficult thing for Masterleaf to contend with. As the third of Senna starts being harvested for a second, I thought this base was exposed, but no, it's not, because that could open the back door to killing off the tech and killing off even some of the production of Senna. Masterleaf swoops in. He's actually going to go for the snipe on both of the Firehawks. That's worth it, even if you have to trade out an APC. That is definitely worth it. Masterleaf finally finds the exposed area, the weak point. The airfield getting deposited there ended up being a big mistake for Senna, and there's actually going to be zone troopers hunting harvesters this late in the game, and finally the harvester harassment has commenced. One harvester down, a second harvester is going to be eliminated, and Senna has no base defenses in place. He's got nothing going on. He calls in shockwave artillery, but that's playing the RNG game. He is rewarded with a fantastic hit against one of the squads. The remaining still here to snipe more and more harvesters, just continuing to just go down as the shockwave artillery fires off on the other side of the map, locking down the Marv for just a moment. The Juggernauts falling against their Mammoth Tank opponents, and it's going to be up to the APCs with nothing inside of them to stop these Mammoth Tanks from crushing on forward. The tanks of Masterleaf have not stepped forward into the third base of Senna, and the base of Masterleaf is gone, wasted away, as Masterleaf grounds his APCs and looks for more targets. Is he actually going to be able to find the damage that he's hunting for? Masterleaf's entire base getting absolutely destroyed by Senna, and a fresh Hammerhead launching into the map and immediately running for the hills. Orca Strike comes in. It's going to not hit the Marv. It's going to go for the base instead, where the APCs are targeting down the MCV, and Masterleaf is trying to pull a base raise out of this game, but he's the one with the weak guns who don't break buildings very quickly. Masterleaf's army gets the drop on Senna's forces. The rocks causing them to clump up. The splash damage is incredible despite the worse army, the no upgrades. Masterleaf gets the kill on the forces of Senna, and Senna continues to ravage the main base of Masterleaf. As Slingshot waiting around for that Hammerhead to return, and Masterleaf initiating a full-on base trade with the MCV kill, and now these APCs closing in on the main base of Senna. The other army closing in from the backside. A couple of Preds, a couple of Shatterers here as well, and the MCV of Masterleaf escapes to the very right side of the map, where potentially he can take what would have been his third base, but is soon going to be his main in a new location. The Marv cuts down the base, and it's kill the buildings or die trying for Masterleaf. Fully heroic mutants inside of these squads, inside of these APCs, as he burns down the buildings one by one. Even the Harvester is called off the line by Masterleaf and used in the offense against Senna. A power plant here, a couple more in the north. Every building counts. Every building will keep Senna in this game, but no war factory, no production, and no MCV for Senna. He's getting caught up on the terrain of the map. That Fountain has never played a more important role in a game in its life, and now here it is delaying the Marv, delaying the army of Senna, and giving Masterleaf seconds, precious seconds, to survive a little longer in this game. Sniper teams even getting called in by Masterleaf to add a bit of DPS to his army and deal with any sudden man spam transition, as Senna has been defeated, and Masterleaf claims the game win on Tournament Los Angeles. Not how I expected that match to go, even with the Mutant Hovel being grabbed right at the beginning. Masterleaf brings a bizarre finish to another game on Tournament LA. Good on Senna trying to find a way, the normal way, to victory, but it was sort of stolen from him by Masterleaf in the last minutes of that game. Senna had all of the tools, it seemed, but Masterleaf got the win. That will do it for this game, for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and a bizarre start to 2022 as we have a fantastic Mothership game followed by a weirdo Leaf game. This is Sybert, signing out.